Recently, I was watching a podcast with Sam Altman, and inside of that podcast, he shared some of his productivity tips. But when I was watching that video, what I picked up on was actually 5 hidden skills that Sam Altman thinks you need in order for you to build a successful AI business. Skill number 1 is actually simplicity in problem solving, particularly the ability to take a very complex problem and break it down into one problem so you can use one system or one tool to fix that problem. When you are building AI agency or in a business, starting with a very simple system or very simple approach that fixes one problem can actually benefit you way more. So to give you examples from our real world, Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, actually started with a very simple idea, which was, how can I sell for as cheaply as possible? That one idea allowed him to build a multi-billion-dollar business. Now, let's take somebody who has built a business in the recent years, the very famous Raising Cane's. The owner and founder, Todd Graves, actually had one idea. He wanted to perfect chicken fingers. And if you go to Raising Cane's, all you will see is chicken fingers. They only sell chicken fingers. And Todd Graves was able to build, I think at this point, $10 billion business. I don't really know my numbers, but it's pretty much out there. He started the company in the early 90s. It's been only 30 years. So simplicity trumps anything. Skill number 2 is the skill of writing. Now, per Sam Altman, he was sharing his note-taking productivity tip. To my surprise, he actually writes a lot of things by hand. So he takes notes.
For me, writing is a tool for thinking most importantly.
And he writes the ideas and the strategies by hand on a note. When I think about this sort of hint from Sam Altman, I'm thinking about two things. First is having the ability to write the ideas to help you think strategically is a very great skill as a business owner. The second thing is writing, particularly the mastering fundamentals of copywriting, aka the using psychology and persuasion tactics to sell on paper, or in our case would be online through the written word, is actually a very good skill. Lots of businesses don't know how to do it, and this is where you can come in. And also the ability to sell your business and your services will come in handy quite a lot. Skill number 3 was also very surprising. So I picked up the idea of micro execution, which basically the ability to work in small yet focused bursts of time. So he was giving an example that he'd rather work 15 minutes out of his car than wait for the perfect window of 90 minutes to 120 minutes. And I think being able to have a very complex and multiple step project and break it down into teeny tiny executable steps, and then having the ability to focus, even if it's 15 minutes, rather than waiting for the perfect time, will allow you to literally move mountains. The next skill, which I don't know if it's a skill really, but I will call it a skill number 4 is, and I think when I was watching that video, I was thinking that it's funny that somebody who is a father of OpenAI, ChatGPT, and gunning for potentially taking over the world, allegedly, we don't really know. That being said, he suggests something that AI is a force multiplier. And I think the skill is actually being able to not get into the fearful mindset where everybody else thinks that, AI is going to replace you. Rather, Sam suggests to look at AI as a force multiplier. So really is using AI as a helpful tool, particularly as something that will allow you to do more things faster, better, and obviously make more money with it. And also having the ability to know which tool select for a particular problem will allow for a faster delivery and accuracy and obviously cost efficiency. And the last skill, which also came as a surprise, was actually the ability to rest and recover. One of the interesting things Sam said was that he used to work all the time, and then when he started take times of days or maybe weeks at a time to just step and think, and not necessarily just not work, but really step away from the phones and computers and just give your brain the time to get bored and just think about things. And I think for me personally, it's very important when you're juggling a lot of things, when you're chatting with clients, when you are obviously trying to get new clients, you're on calls all the time, and coaching students, as in my case, and there is not enough time to be bored. And even myself, I'm guilty of, resting by just scrolling on the phone, because at that point, the brain is just not thinking. But having the ability to rest allows your brain to do something that AI cannot do just yet, which is using those creative juices to then help you grow your business. These are the 5 skills that I've detected from the interview with Sam Altman. Let me know which ones were a surprise to you, maybe all of them, just like for myself. And if you're looking to build and grow an AA agency, you might like this video.